Welcome, everyone. Cryptocurrencies and gaming coming together. Cool. There's been a lot of really exciting announcements around the crypto gaming industry in particular over the last year. I want to cover off what some of those big announcements have been, who are some of the big players that have been getting involved in the crypto gaming industry, and why this may be such a big catalyst moving forward for the blockchain industry. I want to start off with new standards. Fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens. Hot topic, without a doubt. But in particular, I want to talk about non-fungible tokens. These are your collector's items. These are your unique playing cards for like Magic the Gathering. These are your Pokemons, Crypto Kitties, all of these different things. Now, in order for those to exist, we actually need to have the right tokens that will allow the existence of these unique assets. In walks ERC721, ERC1155, and ERC998. Cool, Lark. Now, seriously though, all of these different token standards allowed for things like the owning of unique assets, lowering gas costs, etc., which are very, very important when it comes to actually having a game that you can play that lets people easily swap or interact with these unique game items or game characters. And that's just on Ethereum. And they are far from being the only blockchain working on the gaming industry right now. And now that we have non-fungible tokens, or NFTs as you will, you obviously need somewhere to trade those non-fungible tokens. Thus in comes NFT marketplaces. Now, obviously, CryptoKitties was one of the big initial use cases of NFTs, but we have seen the marketplaces for NFTs increasing. We have OpenSea and Rarebits, for example, which came on earlier in the year, allowing users to very easily sell their game assets directly outside of the game's internal environment. We also have Phantasma, and they are offering the Phantasma app, which is going to be largely focused on non-fungible tokens and in letting people connect from one blockchain to another with one app. And that's really important because otherwise you're playing a game on EOS, you're playing a game on Tron, you're playing a game on Neo, you get all these different assets, all these different wallets. We can actually bring those all into one place using the Phantasma app. Sales of non-fungible tokens over the last year have actually been really, really crazy. We had a Gods Unchained card which sold for $60,000. Whoa! We had a CryptoKitty, which sold for $170,000. Massive. And we have virtual real estate in Decentraland selling for $200,000. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. People are buying virtual property for $200,000. It's a weird world that we live in, but this is what is going on. This shows you that there is money interested in these virtual assets, and in playing these virtual games, there are a lot of people who are very interested in having that experience. And in terms of experiences, we are seeing more second layer applications being built by third-party developers to help expand these ecosystems. CryptoKitties saw this with their promotion of the Kittyverse. Kitty race, kitty hats, all these different things. None of those really gained any traction, but it shows that there is that developer community which is interested in making additions on top of these existing games. And an important part of this developing ecosystem, of course, has to be user experience, because it's going to be really hard for us to ever entice people to come from their very easy user experience game to a blockchain-based game unless the experience is good. Now, MetaMask is awesome and has been an industry standard for quite a while, but the user friendliness, not totally there. But we have been seeing more efforts to make the overall experience of interacting with blockchains and blockchain-based dApps more user-friendly. For example, Opera has now integrated an Ethereum wallet. That will be a really important step. Obviously now we need to see Firefox and Google Chrome and all these guys actually integrate wallets into the browser to make it easier to interact with blockchains on the internet. But it's coming, and that development is happening. Opera was the first mover in terms of actually offering an integrated blockchain experience within their browser. Others will certainly follow. And developers have also been taking notice of the changes that have been happening in the blockchain ecosystem. And CryptoKitties, interestingly, proved a very important point about Ethereum, that it has serious scalability issues. It took a kitty to bring Ethereum down. Now, we've talked about that a lot before, but the interesting thing to see is that other blockchains are moving in to fill in that space. We see a lot of people, for example, who are looking to develop their blockchain-based games over on EOS. Obviously, we have Wax and Loom, both offering their solutions in terms of trying to get people to interact with games on the blockchain. And then there's Tron. Oh, Tron. $100 million is what Tron is putting on the table for a development fund specifically focused at getting people to build games on Tron. They're calling it Tron Arcade. That is a serious commitment to the gaming industry. And if Tron can get some giant game built on it, could be massive without a doubt. We also have Cocos. Now, Cocos, I think, is worth mentioning specifically because they've just launched their testnet, and Cocos is one of the world's biggest gaming engines. So there are so many developers that are building their games on top of Cocos, and to see them actually bringing in this blockchain implementation is very, very significant and will be a big boost to the overall crypto gaming space, because this is a team that understands what it takes to build games, to bring games to life, and what developers need, and of course, now how to integrate all of this with blockchain. So this is definitely one that when we're talking about crypto and gaming, the fact that they've released their testnet is a very exciting development without a doubt. The potential use case for crypto and gaming is very exciting. And I don't even play video games anymore, guys, but I can look and see the potential here. Because can you just imagine how big it would be for crypto if we had a Fortnite or a World of Warcraft or a Magic the Gathering or something like that built using blockchain, where people were having to interact with blockchain all the time? This would be massive in terms of actually driving demand for cryptocurrencies, even if just for fractional amounts of gas. It could be huge without a doubt. In-game currencies, I mean, if we had a World of Warcraft dollar, but based on the blockchain, transparent, lower risk of hacking, fixed monetary supply, all of this stuff, cool. Non-fungible Magic the Gathering cards on the blockchain, cool. It's gonna happen. And the companies that are building this, definitely worth keeping an eye on, because gaming is huge. And when we see a whole generation of kids, they're going to come up familiar with blockchain-based games, understanding blockchain technology, building their own games on top of the blockchain, the potential for that next generation to take us to the entire next level when it comes to the crypto economy, very real. Very exciting. But those are just my two Satoshis on the nexus of blockchain and gaming. You will let me know what you think about it down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up on it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. If you want to know when I put out a new video, you can hit the notification bell. Come and join the conversation over on Twitter. Long live the blockchain. And peace out till next time, my friends.